Good evening and welcome to the Drive at 5 on IntellectualRadio.com/iHeartRadio station. I'm your host, Roman. We have a terrific show, as the late, great um, Ed Sullivan would say. And don't forget to stay tuned to IntellectualRadio.com/iHeartRadio station for Warriors Talk with my girl, Rochelle. Hey, everybody. I am solo today because I have a lot on my chest that I need to get off. And a lot has gone on from city to federal and international. And a lot of people are saying, and I keep on like, man, why people on the internet is scaring the hell out of people? Why? You don't have facts to back it up. They're saying the apocalypse is happening and it's happening now. Everybody starts stocking up. The apocalypse, floods over here, floods over there, flood is everywhere. What's going on? And I keep on saying to people that facts means a lot. If it's not on MSNBC, CNN, and I understand some things do get underreported, but I'm seeing, I call it the ghetto news source that's out there. And rivers are turning red, blah, 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 so forth and so on. If it's not on the Associated Press, if it's not on these credible news source sites, please, I am begging you, don't believe the hype. There are times that, yeah, things are like wow, woo, what's going on? Like what's happening in Yellowstone that can be backed up by CBS News, ABC News, and CBS, NBC, CNN, MSNBC, WGN, that animals are leaving Yellowstone Park. And they are leaving because of a possible massive volcano eruption that's going to impact the nation. Now, one thing I am saying, that I'm not here to scare anyone or anybody. I am here to present facts, factual information. And I'm sick and tired of people. Did you hear this? Did you hear that? Look at these animals. Look at blah, 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 blah. Present the facts and stop scaring the hell out of people, because people are too intense already. Because it's like, damn, every single time something goes on. Well, I heard about Barack Obama being arrested. And I know you heard that rumor. Obama is sitting out there in California chilling some doggone where. Know your facts before you present it out there. Know your facts. And stop messing with AI, or what our educational secretary will say, A1. Present the facts. And here are my facts. I'm going to start with local, then I'm going to transfer to national. I said on my show a couple of months ago, and yes, I was pissed. Sorry for the language, Earl. I was upset. And I'm going to tell you why. I got a new nickname for the mayor of Chicago, the little drummer boy. Since he likes to drum, the little drummer boy, aka Mayor Mohawk, sat there and veto curfew. I said on this show, do you know where your children are? It's 10 o'clock. Why are teens out there? And I constantly say this. Why they out there? The old expression, there's no one should be out there if you 12, 13, 14, 15, even 16 years old, being out at doggone 3 o'clock in the morning. What are you gaining? Twerking on a police car or cars, period, downtown. What are you gaining? Some of the people can't even spell twerk. But you're going downtown and messing up city events. People can't chill by the Buckingham Fountain anymore because they're scared of the teen takeover. But the little drummer boy basically said, hey, they can police themselves. That's exactly what he said. He can police themselves. Well, the teens, they gotta eat too. That's what the little drummer boy said. Mayor Mohawk said. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? I said this, and the reason I'm passionate about it because I worked on the last curfew. When Rahm Emanuel first got elected, he basically asked for people in the community for help. And I told this story before. But every single time, I remember grandmom says this, even your mom says this. Why are you out at 1 o'clock in the morning? Only things that's up is legs up and ready. And I can get vulgar than that. And you wonder why we have teens having babies, babies having babies. You wonder why? Because the little drummer boy decides curfew is no good. I know the parents that's out there probably thinking I'm wrong. But I will tell you this much. To those parents, do your damn job. The world will be a lot better if you do your damn job of being a parent. They need to be home when street lights are on. They're shooting people in broad daylight. What is going on? And the mayor says the crime is down. The crime is down. He's popping his collar because the mayor, little drummer boy, basically said, ha ha ha, crime is down. Here is the real statistics. You know why crime is down? I'll tell you why. The population is declining in the city of Chicago. Look at what's going on. People are leaving and going to the western suburbs or the southern suburbs. Look at the statistics. But oh boy, the little drummer boy saying crime is down. A win is a win. Nah, you're not getting off that easy. You're not. The reason is people are leaving is because of crime and high taxes. And you know what? I have talked to homeowners, black homeowners, said they don't mind paying high taxes if the crime was curbed. When people will sit there and say that we can stop crime, you can't stop it. You can curb it. Every single time I hear people, oh, I can stop every organization. This time last year, Earl and I had a discussion in regards to why these organizations, so many organizations that are downtown, why there's no programs out there. Why they don't have anything for the teens downtown. Okay, I'm right there with you. Here's the however component. This time last year, the millions and millions of dollars that was given to these organizations, churches, and stuff did not do sugar, honey, iced tea. That's leading up to this. What programs do you have that teens can take a part of? That teens can elevate their minds? Stop having these juke contests. First, let's have them to spell juke before they juke. How about that? But no. The little drama boy, Mayor Mohawk, sat there and said he will veto the curfew. I am a firm believer of curfew. I believe in it so much. I put blood, sweat, and tears on policies and legislations. Even talked to former Cook County Commissioner Richard Boykin about it, and we had a countywide curfew legislation. It's on the books. The mayor even said, go and Google this. There's a difference. Myself and I will tell you to Google it and find it. The mayor simply said, well, why we need another curfew if it's already on the books, it's already there. Mayor Mohawk, aka Drama Boy, let me explain to you. It comes from the top and it goes down. If you don't enforce things on the top, it's not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. If you don't force what's already existed in legislation, it's going nowhere. Well, the mayor, the commander said, hey, we need to just ignore this and be a cop, What happened to truancy? Parents are not being a parent. Parents are out there trying to find a man, trying to be on the red balloon pop, talking about materialistic things, talking about, hey, you got to have $5 million or 200 and some $1,000 to be with me, and the girl look like trash. You want to talk about me? I don't mind you popping a red balloon on me. You can talk about me all night long. Like Lionel Richie used to say, talk about me all night long. Because guess what? If you really want a man, if you really want somebody, get your attitude right. Get your stuff in order. And stop opening your legs to someone that doesn't give a you-know-what about you. Stop looking at the reality shows. because somebody got a BBL. But hey, guess what? Those BBL, they stink. Woo, they stink. However, you want to spend 3,000, 5,000, you know, on tatas and a butt. Sisters, we already have that. Sisters, you already invested in curves because the melanin in you. I don't care if you have marbles. It's still bigger than other ethnicities. Come on. But you want to listen to what's going on Lifetime. You want to listen to what's going on instead of what's going on outside the door and not concentrating on what your children are doing, not concentrating on what the government is doing. And I am sick and tired of us portraying us. Oh man, I don't care about what's going on in the world. I'm just worried about me. But once it affects you and once it affects your family, now you want somebody to talk about it, right? It doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way at all. I am sick and I am tired of people that's always want to talk about what's concerning them. But however, I'm going to tell you something. If you was listening to the Drive at 5, I already told you the bill before it was even posted, it's going to mess up your grandma. I even told you about the immigration is going to mess up your grandpa, your grandmom, and your children. I've already told you that. And last time I said I told you so. And I still will say that to you. You effed around and you found out. What's next? Vote them out. That's your solution. Vote them out. Vote them out. Vote them out. That's what you need to do. Don't pay attention to the ones about they all snakes. Stop paying attention to those people. Those people are already set. Those people are already self-made. They have generational wealth. But people like you and I, we live check by check by check. They take so much taxes out of a check, you would be crying the blues. What we need to start talking about is where in the hell the money is going. Why we have an assessor that's out there every single time your tax assessment is late in the mail. And guess what happens? That means more property taxes on your property, on your land, so forth. Every single time the bill is late, it's more taxes for you because look up the word assess. Assessor, assessment. It's an assessment. Because if it was an assessment on last year, it's going to be an assessment this year, especially if you don't get it on time. And you wonder why people are leaving Chicago. You wonder why people are upset at Chicago public schools. You wonder why. Because city government has failed them. Federal government has failed them. City council has failed them. Your alderman has failed them. Because let me put it this way. If everybody would have did their damn job, guess what? We wouldn't be in this situation. If you listen to the Drive at 5, I told the little drummer boy, aka Mayor Mohawk, please don't allow these immigrants to come in. And a lot of people say it's racist. It's not racist. I did my research. If they were in Minnesota and they drained their resources, if they were in Montana, drained their resources, Ohio, for the exception of Haitians that revitalized their economy, when they accepted the Venezuelans, they drained their resources. That's why I'm saying the things that I'm saying, because guess what? You know what? I don't have a problem with migrants. But the way he did it put us in $1 billion deficit. And Chicago public schools, educators are losing their jobs. Special education. Those teachers, Miss Thompson, Miss Butler, they're gone. And you wonder why. But he's all for schools, right? He wants them to get a loan. He going downstate to Springfield with his mohawk intact and a cape, doing a James Brown impression to the legislators in Springfield, saying, "Please, baby, please, can you get us hold?" And he's doing the dance too. Come on. Sometimes when you have people, especially here, we're not telling you just to be talking to you. We're telling you, man. That's why I started off telling you that I'm not trying to scare you like all these other internet people, because I'm not. I'm telling you to Google it. I'm telling you to find out. I'm telling you this because I'm telling you facts instead of fiction. I'm telling you this because it's time for a curfew. It doesn't make sense when the weather is going to get dangerously hot. We're going to be like, I think Wednesday and Thursday, 110 to 115 degrees. They're going to be out there. And you wonder why we're losing our babies. You wonder why. I'm not going to be in this hot house. I'm going to Shaquita's house. She got central air. House full of boys. It's time for a parent to be a parent. I keep on saying this over and over again. We need to follow that Willie Wilson method. Take that bed off and put it on their rear ends. I am sick and tired of you allow the teen to talk any type of way to an elder that's trying to steer him or her right. You don't talk to my child like that. But if your child is in the wrong, he's in the wrong. If she's in the wrong, she's in the wrong. I'm telling you, we got to do better. We got to do better. Curfew should be mandatory, especially when school gets back in session. I I I know there are teens out there that try their best to avoid the situation. That's why they're in sports, after school programs. There are programs out there. The problem is the parents don't even want them to be involved in those doggone programs. Sometimes you got to look in a mirror and say it's you, the problem. There's enough blame to go around. Yes, you can blame the mayor to a certain extent. Yeah, we can blame the mayor together. I'm with you with the curfew, but I'm not with those parents that say, why we have to have curfew? There's a reason for the season to have a curfew. There's a reason for a season to get their butts in the house. The old saying is, hey, when the street lights comes on, you bring your tail home. What's out there? You stay your butt on the porch or in the backyard. At least I know where you're at. Programs downtown. Boys and Girls Club are cutting their staff, cutting activities, cutting stuff that means dear and near and dear to your child. Because of the Trump administration, gone. The rich is getting richer, the poor is getting poor, the middle is getting poor. And you wonder why people are leaving the state of Illinois, leaving Cook County, leaving Chicago. We're paying in Chicago alone. You get a bottle of water, you're paying for the plastic, a plastic tax. And you wonder why grandma wants to go to Oak Park or the Southland out of Chicago. School is starting back. We need to roll back some of these taxes. And the water bottle tax is one. Roll it back. Because it's going to help us reduce the waste and stuff like that. I still see water bottle out on the doggone street. The plastic bag tax, roll it back. On a windy day, I'm still seeing the doggone plastic bag going up in the air and waving it like you just don't care. Out on the street, out on the grass, out on the curb. Roll it back. We have enough taxes as it is. Roll it back. I remember this, the soda tax. Oh, you can't even get your acid on. And I needed that. You can't get soda. We pitched a holy fit because we couldn't have a Dr. Pepper or an RC. I was with you. We need to roll it back. The taxes no longer existed, but they found something else. Our people, meaning us in the community, we have high blood pressure, high diabetes, high everything, and now we have high STD rates. We have high syphilis. Look this up on the CDC website or just Google high STD rates and you'll see blacks all the way up there. Why? And you wonder why they're teaching kids, and I'm saying it right, kids at an early age, sexual education, because they look at statistics. They look at data. I'm telling you, I was teaching first grade. I know I'm not supposed to say this, but I'm going to say this. I was teaching first grade. They knew more sex than me. And it's not like I was saying it. They said it themselves. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with the music that's out there? Are you kidding me with the dance against the wall, whatever it's called? And they don't even know how to spell it. But they see their parents doing it. They see their uncles doing it. They see their grandmom doing it. Grandmom are now in 6th or 7th grade. You don't believe me? Ask one of them. You don't believe me? The sexual experience starts, and I hate to say this, it starts in 1st or 2nd grade, they say. And these are statistics. 1st or 2nd grade. Watch how you talk to children. Watch what they're doing, what they're looking up on the internet. There are some things that it's like, man, you don't know, but your child knows. How come a child can crack a code and you still trying to figure it out? Why we can't reverse the bad to good? That's what I'm talking about. And you talk about there's no programs. I keep on saying this. There are programs. You're not looking for it. I don't want to go downtown. They don't have no programs downtown. They have money to do that. But guess what? They're not doing it. And if I was an elected official, I will hold them accountable. Those people, look it up. They even had a big press conference about it. They was going to have you see all those ministers, with the tie and everything. The with the suits. I'm telling you. And the shiny shoes. Oh, man. You talk about pimp my ride? Look at that. And they said, we're going to have programs from downtown all the way down. We're going to walk around and we're going to start talking to them. They are not doing that. That's why business are leaving. Taxes are going to increase. It looks like a ghost town downtown. People used to get excited to go downtown. I work downtown. They don't care if they work downtown or in Lansing somewhere now. The teens are out of control. And I'm going to say this. There's so much you can blame the mayor, but the mayor does he needs some blaming. Your alderman needs some blaming. But majority of the blame goes to the parents. Get off your lazy you-know-what and get your kid in check. Get off your lazy you-know-what and put a tracker on his or her phone. I'm sick and tired of going on my Facebook feed and they're saying, come get your kids. There's a shooting out there. Check on your family. Somebody laying on the ground. We got to do better. And it starts from home. It starts from home. Start checking your children, because if you don't, somebody else will, and you're not going to like it. And there's going to be a reason for the season that you're not going to like what I'm saying. But this is tough love, intellectual family. This is tough. Stop opening your legs for somebody that don't give a damn about you. Stop putting stuff inside of somebody that you know that runs around with every other man. Stop it. It's affecting everything. It's a domino effect. You look at state laws, look at Arkansas. You can look this up. Sarah Huckabee is the governor there. She's basically saying, y'all want a crime? Okay, this is what I'm going to do. You're going to serve all of the sentence. If you're sentenced to 30 years, it's going to be 30 years without parole. If it's going to be 15 years, it's going to be 15 years. It's no sense of crying. It's no sense of giggling, because lawmakers are tired of this. It's time for housewives of whatever to go off the air. It's time for black ink, pink ink, whatever it is, to go off the air, because reality television doesn't advance black people. Period. It makes us look like damn fools. That's what it looks like. This is how our women act. This is how our women learn. And then you wonder why we're in a position that we are in. You wonder why. When you look up white privilege and you sit there and say that, man, how come I did the same thing? How come? Because it's this, man. And we should know better. I understand we get trapped. I understand the temptation. I understand the flesh. But it's like, come on. Come on. I understand, but come on. I understand big booty Judy, but that doesn't mean you have to touch. Big booty Shaniqua, that doesn't mean you have to touch. You can look at somebody and stare at them all night long, but you don't have to touch. That brings me to what happened a couple of months ago. There was a girl at a gas station. And it wasn't the gas station that you go inside. It was the gas station that you go up to the window, pay for gas, or get something out of it, whatever. And the teller in there's the window. A woman basically ordered something. She got it. A guy came up, say, "Hey, how you doing? You single?" You know? The boyfriend in the car, whatever she said to him, got out of the car with a gun and shot him point blank. Was it worth it? Two families, life messed up. Women need to stop instigating, because lives are on the line now. Stop doing that. Stop. It's getting to the point that I would prefer you to be single than messing with somebody that is that psycho. And sometimes I don't have no sympathy for women like I used to. I just don't, because you instigate too much. You start stuff too much. I used to have sympathy for kids, little kids. They say, "Oh, well, they don't know no better." Oh, they know. They're growing up fast. What's going on is a domino effect. It's affecting my pockets, it's affecting your pockets, it's affecting everyone. And that's why people are leaving Cook County, people are leaving Chicago, people are leaving the state of Illinois altogether because they're saying we're full of it. Taxes for no reason. There is no reason for a water bottle tax now. There's no reason for a plastic bag tax now. You saying it's good for the ecosystem? Hey, you didn't even consult people when you decided to have coyotes out there. Oh, it's gonna get rid of the rodents. Man, we're the rattiest in the nation. You don't know how to handle nothing. So that leads me to national affairs. When I say you look up white privilege, you will see a picture of Donald Trump. And I call him the Suge Knight of politics. And what scares me, and I see it right now, I see it, and you can look this up. The bubonic plague, not the ones that you can get from rodents. There's a new form of it. That's kind of like how you can catch COVID. And I want you to look it up. CNN broadcasted. MSNBC said a little bit about it. CBS, ABC, look it up. 3 people have died from this new form of the bubonic plague. There is no cure for it. And I'm not trying to scare you. What I am asking you to do, boost your immune system. Boost it up. Boost your children's immune system up. Boost it up. When it hits August, start buying that airborne. Boost it up. Limit the sugar intake. Boost it up. Because it's going to be similar to COVID. It's a shame that we have a man in the White House that he's suffering now. His leg is big as this doggone red thing on the microphone. He's all right. He's okay, but we're talking about Biden. It's a shame that we have a man in the White House that people say he's not a racist, but he constantly lead people to the same, and I want you to look this up. Slavery. Slavery. He didn't use the word slavery. He danced around it. He used a new word for it because he got other people talking in his ear. I told you this, and I said it. I hope I'm wrong. And I said it, and I said it, and I said it. I said we need to brush up on the Constitution. The 14th and the 25th Amendment. The 13th Amendment, where it stands that deals with the end of slavery. This man will throw stuff out there. And if we don't catch it, he's going to do it. I remember he said something, and those black ministers said, if you do that, oh man, all hell is going to break loose. What happened to those ministers? I just see money from them. I just don't see opportunity for us to grow. I don't see no elevation when it comes down to national politics. I only see Jasmine Crockett trying to correct it. And she's so sharp. Man, I'm like, man, that sister is cold. That's why I said we need to arm our teams, arm ourselves with the law, because if we don't know the law, what is the point? There are people that's being locked up and detained as immigrants. And we have a AG that's out there. I'm going to join a lawsuit with other states and see I am doing something. No, man. Be proactive instead of reactive. That's why I had a problem going back to local politics with Chris Kagi. You sat there and you have damaged the black community. The flooding situation, it goes on and on with him. That's the same thing. I have a problem with these people that claim themselves they're pro-black. I'm telling you, you got to be on the side of righteousness. And what's wrong is wrong, and what's right is right. And I keep on saying this over and over and over again. God is going to have his say so. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If you don't like and you don't say nothing, he going to sick Mother Nature on you. And he's doing just that. Look at Texas. Look at Florida. Look at everything. I know somebody is saying, well, it's biblical and this and that and the other. I'm not trying to scare you. Only thing I'm saying to you is pay attention. Pay attention what this man is doing in the White House. Pay attention to why he's cutting the things he's going, because he got wealth from his kids, their kids' kids, and their kids' kids now. So what's the solution? I'm going to say this again. Vote. Register to vote. Churches have registration parties. Vote. That's what you can do. Stop listening. They're both snakes in this. No, vote. And here's another thing. Urge those lawmakers to form a plan once they get the House and the Senate to roll back bit by bit that wipe your butt bill, because it's not beautiful. It's ugly as my doggone toes. It's not beautiful. It's heartbreaking that grandma gonna have Social Security cut, her SNAP benefits cut. It's heartbreaking. But we made a joke out of it. And I keep on saying this over and over again. Why? Why have we as a people got to be difficult? That's why I do not have sympathy for some of the migrants that got locked up, because you thought it was a joke. Oh, he's getting rid of criminals. When Trump was up and honest with us, when Trump was honest, he never was honest. He's a demagogue. He's a racist. We said this first on this show. I was arguing with a Republican author, and I said years ago, he's a racist. No, he's not a racist. And he was black. I want to bring him back on the show so bad it's ridiculous. He hasn't returned my phone calls. We got to get it together because I see if black leaders don't get it together and act right, guess what's going to happen? The civil rights. And I'll be damned if I'm going to sing We Shall Overcome over something that I know for a fact that we can overcome it ourselves. That's my rant, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to Earl, our executive producer, Wanda, who's behind the scenes. You guys have a wonderful week.